So in today's video, I go out in some of the coldest temperatures that I have ever personally experienced. And I show you how to start a fire even when it's snowing like it is. It's negative 25 degrees and everything around you is covered in snow. So stick around for a little while and you may learn a thing or two. Well, I made it out. I see a deer. I'll see if I can get it on camera. I can't reach my zoom button because I got gloves on, and I also have the camera covered up. Oh, but there had to have been at least 10 to 12 deer, big deer. That would have been awesome to have on film. Here's all of their tracks too. The camera won't do it justice, but I was probably 40 feet away. Yeah, look, they were sleeping here. Oh, that would have been so cool. So currently, my goal is to find a nice little spot to be able to collect some firewood and just start a fire. Because even though I'm bundled up right now, I'm starting to feel the chill enter my body. However, there is one spot over here I think I'm gonna set up. Alright, so I'm okay with this spot, but I'm not going to take too much time talking to you right now because I am starting to get pretty cold. However, a good thing about this spot is I'm surrounded by a bunch of dead wood that I can easily collect and get a nice little fire going to try to keep me warm. See, I came out here knowing that it was cold, that it was really cold, and you probably can't tell, but all of this area right here is completely frozen. Maybe you can tell. So let's go ahead and get some firewood collected because I am cold. Now I do have a fire starting kit and I do have an axe just in case I need to cut anything down that's too big, but I don't think I'm gonna have that issue with anything around here. So one important thing about collecting firewood is you don't want to grab anything that's just sitting on the ground. You want to get stuff like this that's out in the open air. That way you know that it's not wet. I'm going to start creating a pile of firewood here, so give me a couple of minutes. Alright, so I have some firewood collected, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take several larger pieces and lay them down flat onto the snow to create a nice dry platform. So that way, when I go to start a fire, I'm not going to be trying to start it on top of the snow where the snow is going to melt and put out the fire. So I think right in here is where I'm going to put the little platform. So we're going to take big chunks like this. So now we have a solid base for our fire. Now the next thing that I need to do is grab some of these smaller twigs, get them collected off to the side, so when I get a fire going, I can just quickly put them on top and then put the bigger pieces on top of that, and I should be good to go. So I'm gonna get all that stuff done, and I'm gonna bring you back as soon as I'm ready to get the fire started so I can show you my fire starter. This battery might die, but I've got a couple backups just in case. So this is my fire starting kit. Oh, I gotta take my gloves off. This is gonna suck. And then here, I have one of my favorite fire starters. This is nothing more than one of those coin rolls with wood shavings, and the whole thing has been dipped in wax. These things are incredible, and you can cut them up into sections. You don't have to use the whole thing at one time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna cut it into thirds, because if I don't need the whole thing, why use the whole thing, right? There we go. And see how it's been dipped in wax? So I'm gonna simply take my fire starter here, I'm gonna put it in the middle of my pile. And I like to keep matches with me So as soon as I light this, I'm gonna get all my small stuff and stick it on there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let this kind of flame up a little bit. We're gonna feed our small stuff on top. And try not to snuff it out either. There we go. And this battery's about to die. I gotta swap them out. All right, we got the new battery in the camera, got the fire started. I'm gonna continuously feed this just a little bit more because I am getting cold. Those are my absolute favorite fire starters. I'll tell you what, this is some of the coldest weather that I have ever been in before, let alone film in. This is pretty stupid, but give me a little bit. I'm gonna keep feeding the fire. I'm gonna get myself set up a little bit, and I'll be right back. When it is this cold outside, and we got the snow coming down right now like we do, this feels incredible. I'm telling you. I really don't think I've ever been out in weather this cold before, so I think I decided to do this kind of to challenge myself. Plus, I think it's kind of fun. My toes are kind of cold though, so that sucks. I've got to keep the camera covered up because the last thing I want to deal with out here is my camera shutting down. So it's been about 45 minutes and the fire is starting to die down a little bit and the snow is really starting to come down now. I didn't bring a tarp or anything, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and get this fire put out and get ready to get on out of here. I just really wanted to come out because I've been stuck inside for the last 4 or 5 days because the weather has just been so bitterly cold. And I figured while I was out here, might as well show you how to start a fire. Because let me tell you right now, if I didn't start this earlier, I would be frozen by now. So let's go ahead and get this fire put out. Let's get packed up. Let's make our way out of here because it is starting to get even colder. Get some snow. Get that covered up. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, I gotta come back and grab the camera.